is Adonis's mom, also known as Drake's baby mama? So her name is Sophie Braxtoris. It's French. She's a native to France. And what we do know about Drake's relationship with Sophie was it was all basically proclaimed in 2017, and many fans believe that Drake was forced to acknowledge Sophie and Adonis. And this was by a rap beef that was going on back then when Pusha T basically said, Drake, you are hiding your children. So these were the actual rap lyrics that Pusha T wrote. Sophie knows better. Ask your baby mother. Cleaned her up for IG, but the stench is on her. A baby involved. It's deeper than rap. We talk in character. Let me keep with the facts. You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home. Deadbeat mother playing border patrol. Oh, Adonis is your son and he deserves more than Adidas press run. That's real. Love that baby. Respect that girl. Forget she's a porn star. Let her be your world. Drake. So what's interesting is that, and I did not actually know this, but he mentioned stop playing Border Patrol, Pusha T did. And one of the reasons why is because Sophie was actually deported from the US and is believed she was not allowed back. And I guess Pusha T is speculating that maybe Drake had something to do with this. Let's be honest, if Drake was trying not to acknowledge her, if she had to stay in France and Paris and not be able to come back to the US or to Canada, that being in France and Paris would really be the ultimate way for him to not acknowledge his child. And that just seems so filthy to me. It even seems more filthy than what her past career was. So what we know about Sophie after Drake has basically acknowledged that Adonis is his son during his Scorpio album, where he put, the kid is mine and I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid. Kind of seems like the same thing. But what we know about Sophie is that she is a adult film actress, and that's kind of how her and Drake met. They actually met back in 2017, and about a few months later, she actually then got pregnant. It is also believed that they were actually linked together at a dinner date where the media saw them out and said that, they possibly were having a relationship. The situation of how Adonis was conceived is actually pretty sketchy. So TMZ reported this article back in 2018 where Sophie is believed to released some text messages, and they were basically showing the messages where Drake was saying that he wanted her to basically dissolve the pregnancy, and she was basically saying, I can't do that. And then Drake was getting upset. Drake's reps began to question Sophie's basically question her character and saying that she came from a very questionable background. They actually said that the way that Adonis was conceived was in an act that contained 3 people. So I'm assuming 2 males and 1 female, Sophie being one of the females, obviously, and Drake the other male, and then another hidden male was apparently supposed to be a rapper who is also well known. So you can speculate who you think that is. I would actually see who was on tour with Drake during that time. So these are some of the people who performed with Drake in his Boy Meets World tour back in Paris of 2017. So we have Young Thug, Smoke Perp, and additionally he had special guests which included artists such as Travis Scott and Jigs at various stops of the tour. But in all honesty, I think the possibility that it might have been Young Thug. So we can see right here that the rep says that Sophie had intercourse with another big rapper at the same time as Drake, adding that the other rapper has acknowledged it could be his kid. But then after Drake having a paternity test, not just once, not just twice, but actually 3 times, all DNA basically says it's going to go to Mr. Drakey. And Drake said he did not acknowledge this because at first the DNA test did not come back 100%. I don't think any DNA tests, do they ever come back 100%? I don't know. But I mean, 99, 98, and 80%, I would say that's probably your kid, sir. That's probably your kid. So also what I want to point out about this article is that in this article, the rep actually said, we understand she may have a problem getting into the United States. She is one of many women claiming he got them pregnant. So during this time, it wasn't just Sophie, there was many women. What happened to the other women? I'm just saying. Drake has now acknowledged Adonis, and he actually seems to be an active participant in his life. And I do want to say that what we know about Sophie, it seems like this opportunity has given her a chance to focus on other things, like raising her child and also devoting time to her artwork. And she is an extremely talented artist, and she does have an Instagram where you could go look at her art. And it seems like this is her main focus, is raising her child and art. And maybe this is actually a good thing for her, that she was able to get out of her past career and is now more focused on her artwork. And you can see that her artwork is actually picking up notoriety as she delivered a portrait that she painted to the Pope. And I just want to say that I think that Sophie's story, in all honesty, is a reflection that most of us have done things that, sometimes weren't the best. And if an opportunity arises, you should take that to change your life and to focus on better things like family and your creative space, instead of hanging out with rappers that then treat you like crap. And I wish her and Adonis the best. For Drake, I